I'm David Axelrod, and I'm a member of the Learn and Serve group. The Learn and Serve is a group dedicated to participating in community service projects and sharing our experience with our peers. On December 9th, 2011, we took a trip to a community center near Union Square to take part in a Youth Service Opportunities project, also known as YSOP. As a part of this project, we were going to be preparing food and helping out local food pantries in the city. After we arrived in Rutherford and East 16th Street, we were greeted by Lisa Gessen. Lisa got us thinking about how hard it was to really be homeless. Soon after, it was off to the kitchen where we were busy preparing food to serve to a group of homeless and hungry guests at the community center. We had to prepare and cook all the food ourselves. We broke up into groups and each group handled a portion of the meal. Meanwhile, some of us greeted our guests and spent time getting to know who they were and played games with them, such as checkers or dominoes. When the food was ready, we lined it and served our guests this fine home-cooked meal. After a bit of cleanup, it was off to the church section to hear from a guest speaker, Chris Williams. Chris worked with many organizations to help get homeless people straight into housing. She moved us with many of her powerful stories about the lives of some people faced on the street. Finally, we shared out some of our thoughts with our two hosts, Mike Mailiano and Matt Brooks, before we finally crashed on the floor for the night. On the second day, we woke up and were broken into 4 groups by Matt. He explained that each group would be given a different charity that we would be helping for the day. We were handed subway maps and had to navigate to our destinations. We had a fun time riding the subway, even though it was the first time for some of us. From the station, we walked to the Word of Life International Church, which doubles as a food pantry. Word of Life International is on the corner of Prospect and 162nd Street in the South Bronx. When we got there, we were greeted by Pastor Felicia and her husband, Reverend John. Then the pastor showed us all of the food we would be helping to hand out. We were amazed by the amount of food that was stacked up and waiting. It was broccoli, cabbage, onions, tomatoes, bread, canned foods, rice, pasta, and even chicken. The pastor assigned each of us to a station and gave us instructions about what to expect. First, we had to prep our stations and make sure everything was ready to be handed out quickly. At about 11 a.m., the pastor gave the word and a line of people began to move. The line was very long and it wrapped around the corner and went down more than a half a block. It was a bit of a shock to see how many people really needed this help. Most everyone had a small shopping cart and they walked down the line from station to station to get food. We were given specific instructions to only hand out a certain amount of food per person so that we had enough for everyone. It was very busy and the line never seemed to end. It was definitely a lot of work and pretty stressful too. You had to be quick and efficient and it was really cold out. Though the hardest part was telling some people that they just couldn't have any more because you know they really needed it. Some of the families were really friendly and grateful, and you could tell they appreciated everything the food pantry did for them. At about 1 p.m., the line started to die down, and we were left with a large mess of empty boxes. It was amazing to see how much food we actually handed out. Afterwards, we talked to the pastor and reverend about our experience and posed for a picture. And when we returned to YSOP, we shared our stories with the other groups and reflected on our time doing service. Then it was time to pack our bags and get back on the bus and head home. All in all, it was a really great experience and I was really glad to be a part of it. And be sure to look out for the trip next year. Thanks for watching.